Hello everyone, Sons of the Tomb. Welcome to another mod overview, this time on Better Dispensers, a mod that simply adds in additional functionality for dispensers. So, we'll start off obviously with crops, and we'll also get rid of the weather for the 50 millionth time. Okay, so, with crops you can pretty much put in anything, such as a potato, we'll just get rid of here, place back, melon seeds, oops, I didn't mean to do that. Beetroot, wrong one, pumpkin, as well as wheat, sweet berries, and carrots, of course, and we'll also get our nether wart in here as well, along with some oak trees. Obviously, you can do any sapling, but just for the sake of it. So just do this, and it'll just move them accordingly. Now, if you do have multiple, of course, it'll do tons of that specific one, and it will stretch out as far as 64. So this is just from prior testing, or prior recording I should say, and yeah, it went about as far as 64 blocks. So any of the others I've tried to place is just to sort of stretch it out, and yeah, so it'll place the saplings as much as possible. If there is certain surfaces it can't place on, then it obviously will just ignore it and just move to the next one. So yeah, if there's something like the oak trees, for example, where there's the farmland, it'll completely ignore it. If there's such like the nether wart, it'll plant it there and then skip the farmland, of course. So there is that. The other functionality for stuff like this is the coarse dirt. So I'll just do this, and where is it? Oh, we need a hoe, I've got. So yeah, but it obviously can till the land for you as well, which we'll demonstrate. So just do this and this. So we've got a hoe, and we've got our farmland, and we now have our coarse dirt converted to dirt. So if you want that, for example, say you're in a Mega Tiger or whatever it's called now, because I forget if it was changed, yeah, you can now obviously have it do a ton of that for you. No problem, and you'll use up the durability obviously for that. Next, what do we got? I guess directions, obviously. So we'll just get the hoe that we obviously have here, we'll just copy it a few times, we're gonna put it in like same inventory however many times. Just do this, and this, and this, and this, and obviously I did have one up here, which we also do a test of. Okay, so as you can see, just by flipping the lever, it can do all of them. Obviously with the snow on top it can't, but it can do it pretty much any direction. So even if it's facing up or not, it will. When it comes to facing down though, it is very particular. That's not it. So it can do that, and it can do through gaps, as you can see here. So there is that. But when it comes down to it, if you've got, say, some dirt here, for example, or farmland, so let's get the actual grass block so we can see. It'll struggle, of course, so it does need a gap or air block in between, and then it'll do the rest afterwards. And obviously because farmland is not likely to convert, since it needs to have the top there, otherwise it's not going to have it, and it'll just stay as dirt or a grass block, of course. So yeah. Next we do have the options with sheep. Let's see, we'll just get a dye, for example, we'll just go with blue or something. And we'll spawn the sheep, and we can now dye them whatever color we want. So if you want to dye sheep, and you don't want to have to constantly keep clicking whatever dye, you can easily just have it do this, and it'll obviously go between whichever dye, as well as just use a dye for you. I did try to get a sheep here with shearing, which I don't think is part of the mod's functionality, but obviously we'll just let it test and see. Anyway, wasn't able to, unfortunately. Next we do have shearing uses for pumpkins. So for example, we just put these here, like so, and again it can reach 64, of course, and obviously with these, across many of them I assume you can use with 64 of dyeing however many sheep there are in that range. So we just do this, carving with pumpkins, you can see, oops, wrong attempt, nope, what am I done wrong? Nope, I don't have a torch either, so what am I missing? I may be missing something. What did I miss? That's probably... I can do it through gaps. Ah, it's just the direction I was facing, that's why. Whoops. Yeah. So, technically by default it is supposed to do south. Apparently. But it seems to be doing north here, so I don't know why that is. Ah, it's because I've got the torch. Yeah, I remember now. So yeah, pretty much if you want to set the direction for which way it carves, it will do the following based on north, obviously that way, east, south, east, south, and west. Opposite sides, obviously. So you just place a torch, like so. Placing it on the side does not work, so it has to be exactly on the block, standing up like so. And obviously we just swap these out, or whichever, and you can have a gap between them or not, or an air block in between or not, and we'll just do it. And that'll convert those this way, of course. So yeah, let's place this down again, and then we'll go obviously this way. And we'll convert. Nope, okay, I didn't do it yet. There we go, so it'll face that way. We'll do this, and we'll do this, and we'll do this, and it'll face that way. So you'd obviously have these in a row, where obviously it does whichever one you want, for example, but yeah, doesn't matter which way you've got it, it'll still work. Other than that, if we do any existing carved pumpkins, and we placed torches in here, it will turn them into jack-o'-lanterns for you. If we obviously wanted to not use any jack-o'-lanterns here, and we just put it out in the open, for example, and we put torches in here, just get obviously a bunch, and fill the entire grid. I don't know why I did that. There we go. Now we'll just throw all these in. Obviously we could try using this, and it's not going to do anything at all. So if we place a torch on top of the dispenser, and then we activate it, it's supposed to light up the area, but we've probably got a ton of snow, so it's not going to. But if we just get a bunch of water, of course, and just remove everything here, come on. Can you give me some? What's going on? Why? It just does not want to behave for me for some reason. But either way, it is supposed to just pretty much spread out in the area, as you can see in the sort of thumbnail there. And as far as I've come across from the video at least, it pretty much has it where even if you've placed the entire stack, obviously it will not have anything under level 7 obviously spawn, but it will actually keep placing them out further and further and further. It's not just, okay, you've done it, then move dispenser, done it, move dispenser. It's actually, you do it, you keep the dispenser there, you keep placing torches every so often, it'll place an entire stack in the area, and it'll keep expanding it further and further and further for you, which is really convenient. I don't know why that's struggling, but we'll kill it and we'll try again. It's really annoying. It was doing perfectly fine before, but yeah. Obviously there is a video showing the actual farm process as well. I'm no expert at farms, so I definitely recommend watching that if you're curious. But other than that, that's pretty much everything, as you can plant, you can dye, you can till, you can carve, you can light jack-o'-lanterns, and place torches. Obviously more will probably be available in the future, I assume, but for now it is quite useful for a bunch of different actions that can obviously assist with farming, or just certain other crafting processes in the cases of things like jack-o'-lanterns, or doing other pieces like placing torches in the area. But we'll see. So yeah, hopefully this will work out for me. We can just place some torches down, hopefully, unless it was struggling to do it and trying to remove the snow, but I don't think that will be the case, because I don't think it places blocks if snow's there, because the player has to still also break the snow, I think, usually? I don't know, unless with dispensers. Oh, okay, we're that far back, are we? Okay then, so we'll just go, for example, I don't know, here. We apparently can't get water, so I'll get it from here instead of REI, because for some reason it doesn't want to let me. There we go. Here we go. And just for now at least, we'll just go for a torch. Can you really stop with the snow, thanks? That'd be great. We'll fill up the grid again. Come on, there we go. Obviously if you had a super flat area it makes it a lot more clear, but for the sake of just what we have here, we'll just do that. Do what we can. So here, and here, and here, and that should be fine enough I think, right? Okay. Cool. So torches in here, torch on top, lever, done, or is supposed to. Yep, okay, we can't even access the interface. Yeah, okay, it just doesn't want to do it for me for some reason. Definitely it's supposed to work, but for me for some reason the game is just not behaving correctly. So, yeah, unfortunate. But yeah, the video will definitely show it off a lot better. Thanks so much for watching though, and goodbye.